I'm not sure how you pronounce the name of this producer. Is it Lotic? Lotic? I don't know. So I'm just not going to say the name throughout this review if that's okay. But this album, Power, is the debut album from Lotic. They hail from Germany, and this album has been released on Triangle Records, a record label that I generally like and respect. There are tons of albums on this record label that I really do appreciate and have loved over the years. However, this album from Lotic, I just can't avoid saying the name. Power hasn't really had much of an impact on me, I must say. I feel like there are moments that are supposed to provoke some kind of emotional response. I just don't really get much from it. Mostly I think that it's because this album sounds very familiar. Many of the ideas are kind of one note in a way. They've been done before, and I'm just not really wowed by it. That just might be a personal thing for me. I think some people may listen to this and think it is absolutely mind-blowing, but like, I just don't see it. I think the whispery vocal inclusions on this album are pretty underwhelming, to say the least. I mean, there are times where it just sounds so just over the top and ridiculous to my ears anyway. I won't say the vocals on Hunted sound particularly bad, but I think the sort of subject that is being tackled here would have been better if it was sung in a better way and match the instrumentation better. I think it's not terrible, but I just don't really feel like it's a mesh of two worlds colliding together. It just kind of sounds like two separate things being layered onto each other. But the moany vocals on Heart featuring Morrow, I think Morrow is the singer here, yeah, this is not doing it for me at all. That's basically the sort of monotonous delivery that's given throughout. And yeah, just again, it just doesn't really feel like it mixes with the instrumentation. I mean, I don't really particularly enjoy how the song sounds, but then when the vocals come in, I feel like it just makes it worse. I don't really know what it is about this album, but there's this ominous tone like ringing throughout, and it's there lurking, but then it just kind of fails to have an impact because of the way the album's produced. It's a really odd feel to me. Like, I just don't really feel like anything here clicks. It's like the beats don't quite match the vibe of the songs or the tone of the songs. Again, it's like this weird mix of different ideas coming together, and perhaps that confused state that I feel is what the producer is actually going for in this album. If that's the case, then it's successful in that kind of way. And to be honest, like, the ominous delivery that many of these tracks give is pretty cliche for the most part. Like Fragility, for example, like the sharp sort of sounds that you get just sound literally stripped from a horror movie. There are some eerie sounds on this track for sure, but it's not chilling in any way because it sounds like every other horror movie that you watch at the cinema. In fact, the past 5 horror movies that I've seen at the cinema used these kind of sounds, and it wasn't scary then either because they were cliche as fuck horror films that are just trying to appeal to the lowest common denominator and just throw in jump scares all the time. I'm not the biggest fan of Arca's music, but I must admit Arca has done this way better before, because at least Arca can separate the music from it sounding like it's a soundtrack to something else, whereas much of the time Power sounds like that to me. The experimentation on tracks like Bulletproof is admirable though. I mean, the way the instrumentation just sharps in and like and it kind of goes away and it just sounds really creepy and weird, but at the same time it's not like it's feeling like every other track on the album where it's creepy and doesn't hit me. This one actually separates itself from those kind of ideas and actually just hits you in a way that's quite jarring and odd and eccentric. But yeah, even this track, as good as it is, I mean, I can't really praise it that highly because it sort of flies by, you know, like as the album's going on, you don't really think of it as a highlight because it's not really a standout moment. It just sounds good when it's on, but once it's over, I'm just like, yeah, okay. But at least it's better than tracks like Nerve, which again includes this vocal feature that is just fucking out of place, man. Like, I just don't get how it fits in any context ever. I mean, the instrumental and beat actually could have worked for like a trap banger, a really eerie sort of trap banger that might have come out in like 2016 or something, or 2015, you know, where all the trap bangers suddenly decided to like go really dark and brooding. But then the vocals come in and it just, I don't know what it is with these vocals, but I would take them away, to be honest. But yeah, overall, I guess I'm just not really feeling anything here. The parts that are supposed to impact me don't really give me anything, and there are times where I'm just questioning the sort of artistry behind the vocal inclusions. It's an odd mix of an album. I guess I've just heard it done better, to be honest. You know, especially on a record label like this, I have heard better albums come out. And yeah, this one just is really average to me, to be honest. I'm gonna go 5 out of 10. If you liked it though, let me know your thoughts on the album. It's pretty average, so I don't really have much to say other than that. But if you liked it, let me know. And if you had any of the strong opinions about this album, also let me know. Tell me if I'm wrong, if you think I am. Subscribe. Yeah. Do have a good day. Yes.